Camera on, all other cameras on off.
So I think sir they have no, they don't have permission to open the cameras.
Oh,
This is
really? Okay.
the setting of manager. Yeah.
Okay, okay, fine, fine. That's great. So, I mean, I want to see everyone. That's why I asked you because seeing and speaking to them, interacting with them would be more easier and good, right? So that's why I asked. It's okay, fine. Today. Oh, that's great. Cameras are getting on. That's great. Thank you so much, Sandeep Patil sir, and thank you, Ajit Kumar, and thank you, Jaspal Singh Noel. Thank you so much. And anyone who has these permissions to switch on their cameras, please switch on the cameras, switch on your cameras. And Achal Chauhanji, thank you so much. So now I could, see people here, so I could talk, to the people, not to the camera. So I'll get a lively feeling right now. So that's why I asked you to switch on your cameras. That's great. And we have a topic, which is very simple. I just don't want to, get into a lot of theoretical knowledge or something. I'll give a brief, touch of the script writing and storyboarding for not only agricultural films, videos, for anything, because the rules are same for all. Only three things change, and we'll discuss about that also. Don't worry. And I'll start sharing my presentation, PPT. And one more thing before going into this, I'll tell a small story to you, and I think you all correlate that story with your life. See, I could see Patil Saab, Sandeep Patil Saab is traveling on a car, in his car, right? He's going somewhere and he's watching our session. So while driving, Sandeep Patil Saab found something on the street, on the just side of the street, like some toys or something. I hope he's married, and I hope he has children also. So let's hope he found some toys on the street, and he immediately stopped the car and he purchased some toy, some particular toy, and took it to his home. And let's assume that Sandeep Patil Saab has a daughter also, right? So Sandeep Patil Saab's daughter saw the toy and said, "Oh my God, Papa, I'm waiting for this toy since years," or something like that. Just imagine the happiness in the eyes of Sandeep Patil Saab. What made him so happy? The response made him so happy. The response from his daughter made him so happy. So, likewise, like Saab's daughter's response, I'm expecting the same type of response from you all. Am I clear, Rajni madam? Am I clear? Great. So whenever I ask you something, just respond either on video or on chat box, or at least, put your, thumb symbol, by using the symbols in the app. I think we have those symbols in the app. Normally Zoom, yeah, good. Rajni ma'am, thank you. So response gives me a lively feeling that yes, you people are listening to me, so that I could share some more knowledge. And Sandeep Patil Saab will definitely buy another toy while traveling on a road, just because of the response came from his daughter. We all know this because we experience this thing, in our families also, right? So please do respond to me. Okay, clear? Yeah, thank you. Thank you. So, yes, I'm going to share a small presentation to you. Yeah. So, this is the presentation. Is it visible? Is the, PPT is visible? Yes, thank you. So, script writing and storyboarding for agricultural videos, right? So, now I'll ask a question to you all. I mean, not question, a simple thing. I think you all know this poem because we have all we come through this KG nursery LKG system, right? So I think you people know this poem. Who is going to recite this poem for me? Come on, raise your hand, or even don't. I mean, you need not to switch on it. Switch on your camera, switch on your audio, and you can recite it for me. No one remembers this. You all forgot this poem. Rajani ma'am, you don't remember this? Who's that? Yeah, Agantika Gupta ji. Yes, please carry on. I'm listening. Anybody? Jack and Jill? Jaspal Singh knows up. भूल गया क्या?
Up to the hill.
Went up the hill. Who's this? Yes, Chakraborty ji. Yes. Next lines, please.
Fetch the water.
Yes, to fetch a pail of water. Correct.
Water.
Exactly. So
And then
let's
tumbling after. And came
yeah.
tumbling after. That's the
Yes.
answer.
Yes, yes. Good, good, good. Thanks so much for the response. Let's see this the poem here. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So, have you ever questioned your teacher? Go like any question about this poem while you are in your KG, nursery, UKG, LKG? Any question? Like, have you? No, you just listened to it and by hearted it and recited it, right? Okay, good. We'll talk this, story about later, and we'll get into the subject. I'll use this, story in mid of my session, and I'll ask some questions to you. Okay? Okay, chalo. Let's go back to our session. Hmm. Now let's watch a video. Okay? This is a documentary made by me in the recent, months. So I'll play this documentary. I hope you could watch. I mean, could listen to this. Documentary audio is audible. The same boat made Lakshmi to come here. Lakshmi is from a remote village called Linganavarasam, which is situated in Srikakulam district, Andhra Pradesh. Lakshmi got married at a very young age of 20. Her husband, Kavya, is a migrant student. They both worked as watch persons at a house in a residential colony in Hyderabad. They live in a small space with very less than minimum amenities. Lakshmi has two kids, who got married, and they two have children. Lakshmi is a granddaughter of three. She works hard to support her husband and kids who live in their village. Besides the work as a watchwoman and a maid, she also sells green leafy vegetables for a living. She buys the vegetables in a nearby wholesale market and sells in the vicinity where she lives. She may be from a village. She may be she may be rich. She may be old. She may not use images. But she is smart. Very smart. Contributing towards nation's growth. When additional technologies began to rise in India, there was skepticism of how that was going to help people at the margins like small vendors and workers in the informal sector. Nonetheless, it has prevailed, and Lakshmi is an example of that optimism and confidence. It is not just the story of Lakshmi, it's the story of Muhammad. This is the story of Mary. This is the story of Meshach. Mahindra, Nigam, Bhagavad, India, Ratra, Shiva, Ram,
Ahmad, Radha, Yadav, Pushpa, Singha, Sai, Jairam, Ram Singh, Mallamma, and many more street vendors of Telangana. These vendors are made cinema drinks or drinks, but they will Hyderabad to talk the DGP with Shah. They may demand they are taking India towards cashless economy.
बस क्या लगा लाभ में
మనకేంటంటే తెలుగు ఇబ్బంది ఉంటుంది
In Hyderabad, many of the street vendors are using scanning pay. According to the statistics, there are 6 lakh vendors who are registered in Telangana. The number is very fast, and they are happy with it. Telangana's share in total digital payments is 21%. The organization has given a kickstart to scanning pay.
చాలా రోజులుగా మెయింటైన్ చిల్లర కట్టాలంటే మధ్యకాలి చిల్లర కట్టడం వాళ్ళకి చిల్లర వచ్చేది ఇప్పుడు చాలా రోజులుగా మాత్రం అందరు స్కాన్ చేసి తీసేసుకుంటున్నారు ప్లస్ మనకు కూడా ఎంత వస్తుంది ఎంత వస్తుందో క్లియర్గా వెళ్తుంది
When we will talk to the child by taking cashbacks from the service provider, organizations have raised approximately 15 crore rupees as cash prizes in which number winners got 3 crores. Central government has disbursed 504 crore rupees to 3.45 lakh people who are connected, in which Hyderabad is in the second place. Most of them are street vendors and small-scale entrepreneurs. The local payments are also being made digitally.
చాలా వల్ల చాలా లాభం ఉంది సార్ నాకు కొన్ని ఎటువంటి ఎక్కువ రూపాయలు ఇస్తారు మీకు
The change problem, paper problem, tax problem, inflation, and banking problem. The simple solution for all these is easy payments. That's what these three methods are found out.
బాగుంది ఇంతకుముందు చిల్లర ప్రాబ్లం చాలా ఉండేది ఇప్పుడైతే లేదు ఇంకొకటి ఏమంటే అవసరానికి పనికొస్తుంది ఒకటేసారి డబ్బులు తీసుకోవడం వల్ల వాళ్ళు చిల్లర లేదు అని చెప్పడం కూడా లేదు బాగానే ఉంది నాకు వంద పడిపోతాయి నాకు అవసరం ఉన్నప్పుడే తీసుకుంటున్నా అలాగే ఒక అవసరాలు కూడా తీరిపోతున్నాయి దానివల్ల
And Lakshmi is the part of success. After filling all the vegetables, Lakshmi comes back home and starts setting up digital payments. Lakshmi and many others who are at the bottom of the payment pyramid learn to survive in the emerging digital economy.
Thank you so much for sparing 7 minutes of your time on this. Okay. So, I hope you understood the concept of the film, and we'll talk about this film later. Now, let me tell you a small story. This is about a student, who was asked to dissect a frog, in his lab. He started, dissecting the frog, and he first initially picked the first leg of the frog, and he asked the frog to jump or to move. Then the frog moved a bit with the three, legs which were left. And he wrote the observations and he cut the second leg and again asked the frog to move and jump. Then the frog, tried to move and again he cut the third limb and he asked it to jump and move. Again, it, thoda hilne ke liye, I mean, it tried to move a bit with its only left limb. Then he cut the last limb also, last leg also, and then he shouted at the frog, asking it to jump or move. It failed to move. Then he wrote all the observations and submitted it to the teacher or the lecturer or the professor, right? The observations are like this. With all the legs, the frog can hear, move, and jump. After dissecting the frog's first leg, it lost its, hearing power up to 25%, and it responded little late and moved. And after cutting the second leg, it lost its 50% of its hearing power and moved a bit. After cutting third leg, it lost 75% of its hearing power. After cutting, fourth limb, it lost its hearing power totally, and the frog became deaf and it has not moved. Those were the observations written by the student. What does this story say to us? That means the education system or whatever we learn from anything should not be like this, like his observations. So my point is, don't always try to follow the rules or don't, apply some logic. Don't be so dumb while writing any script. Be creative, think differently, not like this student. And please try to remember this story because I'll ask some questions, in the coming 30 or 40 minutes. So what comes next? Let's see. First, to write any script for any film, we must know, one thing, that is know your audience. Who is our target? And we know that our target is farmers. Farmers are, of course, adults, and adults have preconceived notions. If you say something to them, they won't accept it immediately. They can't accept it. They have their preconceived notions on each and every issue. And immediately they'll have some ideas also. Even if you see someone who's sitting on the, sitting under a tree in village also talks about the international problems and gives his ideas about, ideas on solutions to get the solutions or get the problems, cleared. So they have their ideas and they have their opinions. See, I like someone, you may not like that person because you might be having some problem with that guy and I don't have any problem. So I like that guy. So my opinion is that guy is good and your opinion differs, right? So adults have these three main qualities with respect to, receiving any content or knowledge from outside. And let's see what adult learning, teaches us. So adults are simple. Are they really simple? No. They are serious, intelligent, mature, principled, learned, experienced. Our farmers are serious about their profession. They are intelligent because they are following many things from their ancestors or parents, and they are matured. They know how to deal with this things, and they are principled. And learned means not, reading or writing or learning from a school or something. Learn means they know things, they heard things, and they, uh, acquired knowledge from hearing from their, seniors, right? And they are experienced in farming. At the same time, our adults are attentive, does not accept easily, understands the rational, long sitting not possible, treat with respect. So they are attentive, of course. If you say something, see, now I asked you to watch a film which is 7 minutes. I couldn't see you all because the cameras are off. That's why I asked you to switch on your cameras. But I feel that many of you watched it attentively. that does not accept easily, you may differ with my concept of the documentary, or you may differ with the, the opinions of the people who have expressed their, positive thing about the concept and understands the rational. Yes, you definitely understand the rational. Long sitting not possible. If I want to show a 1 hour film or something on the same concept, you won't stay. You will just, make my video as a radio, and you'll just go on your works and do something and come back and go, and you can't sit for long time as a student sits in a classroom. And treat with respect. We should, treat that. We should not say that you people don't know, that's why I'm telling this. Okay, we always say that you know this. I'm trying to remind you again. I just want to remind the same concepts which were known by you, and just in case if you forgot or something, just I want to remind you in this case. So we should convey our script or anything to them with respect. And adults learn with pride. What is this pride? Participation. I asked you to recite the poem, right? I asked you whether you asked a question to your posted a question to your teacher or not, and relevance to their needs. Now I'm talking about some script and some video. I have shown a video to you. You'll watch it. If I show you a song, a film song or something, then you'll think about it. In which way this is related to our topic? So you always try to find the relevance, right? And involvement. If I ask you to do something and make you involved into my concept, then you will get connected to my concept. And by doing, you will get connected to my concept. Anybody, right? And ego satisfaction. I should not say that you people doesn't know, or you people don't know, or you people may not, have learned about this or something. I should not use those words at any point of time in my session or in script or anything while dealing with adults, because you are all adults, you know that. So ego satisfaction is also very important. So keep these things in mind while preparing anything for adults, because farmers are adults and we are going to prepare a script for them. And there are two categories, like literates and illiterates. Yes, if you write something, yes, it will reach the literates. But if you're writing, if you wrote a big article or very informative and knowledgeful thing, but it cannot reach the illiterates because they are illiterates, right? They can't read. But if you, make that document into an audio file or a video file, then it will reach literates and as well as illiterates also. So video and audio gives that, power to you to reach the both sectors, literates and illiterate farmers. So that's why we are talking about the video writing today. Okay. And script writing. Let's see how this works. What are the simple formulas we follow? First is inverted pyramid. While writing news or anything or documentary, normally we start with the most important information, and next normal important information, and then we'll come to good to have information, and last is least important. This is the pattern which we follow normally for news or news stories. See, you may ask me, sir, we haven't seen this formula in your documentary. Yes, initially I have started the documentary with a story, the story of a person. Later on, I jumped into the most important information, then important and good to have information, and last, less important information. I followed this pyramid from when I entered into the most important topic, like the payment thing, the UPI scan and pay, comes in after 2 or 3 minutes in my documentary, from where I have used this inverted pyramid formula in my scripting, right? So for listening, if you're writing for a radio or a podcast or something, then most newsworthy info or most important info, like who, what, when, where, why, how, and then some important details and other general info background. This is the formula for writing for an audio thing, like podcast or radio or something. So, and it should not, it should have some word count limit or something, because it should not cross like 2-3 paras. If you're telling about same thing for 10 minutes or 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 15 minutes through audio form, it won't attract. So it should be simple and crisp, like 3 minutes to 5 minutes maximum. That's it. Your audio thing, because they are not watching it, right? You're just telling it in a audio form only. So only audio is available there. No pictures, no videos are available there for them. So conclude it within 3-4 minutes or maximum 5 minutes. And if you're writing for reading, I mean, like paper or a journal or something, then we use this formula, and this may not reach the illiterates. And we know this. We normally write papers, right? Heading, lead, a body of the copy, and next last is the conclusion or the kicker. This is how we write, right? The conclusion or something for reading. And for viewing, if it is a video, then you should start with the lead. Lead means the most important or the gist of that video, what we are talking about, which we are going to talking about in the latter part of the video, maybe. So use that thing as a lead. And next, very important, not important. If something is boring, don't put it. If you have an obligation to put it in the last, dull and boring. If you have some obligation you need to put or something, it's a must, then you have to put it in the last. Don't put it in the front. So lead, very important, not important, boring, dull. So this is how the flow goes for a video scripting. And for a film, if you're writing for a film, the format, just let's see the basic format. Normally we take any A4 size paper. I'll show you. This is an A4 size paper, right? We'll fold this into equal 2 parts. And on the left hand side, we'll write the visual information. On the right hand side, we'll write the audio information, like the dialogues or the voiceover, anything. So check here. Rotating shot of our awesome stuff. This was written for an ad, advertisement film. So they have written like rotating shot of our awesome stuff. That's the visual. And on that, they want to put magical background music, inspiring voiceover, extolling the incredible features and benefits of our awesome stuff. Okay, this is how we write for films. And how do we write? See, how to blur moving objects in videos. This script is about that particular topic, how to blur moving objects in videos. Action part was written as show up the title of the video tutorial. And what should be there? The voiceover. And how is it? Hi everyone, it's active presenter tutorial here. Sometimes when creating videos, blah, blah, blah. So they have written the narrative part or the voiceover on the right side, the action or the video part on the left side. And this is a small video with voiceover only. Okay, this is a small video with voiceover. No anchor is visible there. They are showing the content related to blurring the moving objects in videos, and they are talking about the same on the right side via voiceover. So this is how we write for voiceover based videos. And then again, see, this is also a voiceover based thing. Video, replace automatic technology, logo with Seva, logo, blah, blah, blah. They have written the video things on the left side while for editing, and on the right side, what we have to put like the voiceover and the related, visuals on the left side. A generic missed delivery card seen on a doorstep. That was written on the left side of this paper. In the video section, in the audio section, you could see delivering a package doesn't always go as planned. This is about some package delivery, film or something. So that's why they have written the small, script on the right side with small sentences briefly. On the left side, they have clearly written what should be put there and how to present the video to the audience. And for a film, this is how they write for a film. The action part, the dialogue part, and the location, time, and everything they'll write here. This is not our cup of tea, because we are not going to make any feature films. So let's not get into this deeper. And let's come to the content. Let's stick to our basic concept like script writing. So we call it as content. So let's see how we deal with, and let's see some simple formulas in this. First one is 5 W's and 1 H. What are they? What, who, when, where, why, and last is how. We have to answer all these questions in our script while presenting any topic, any issue, any product, anything. We have to answer all these questions. Sometimes some of this may not have answers if the subject is like that. Some subjects won't have where because it's a general concept, so that we won't find a where, an answer for where. So let's try to, find the answers of these 6 things like 5 W's and 1 H, 5 wives and 1 husband. Okay. Let's, while writing a script for anything, for any video, first we have to get the answers for all these 6 things. Then only we should move forward. And next comes triple R. And we all know this triple R. Rajmouli's triple R, which won Oscar for India also. So what is this triple R? See, reach. Okay, before getting into this, I want to ask a question to you. Anybody can answer. So, what was the first story like? Jack and Jill, right? So, my question is, yes. What is the second story? Like, can anyone repeat the story, like the frog story? Can anyone repeat the frog story in brief? Can anyone? Can anyone repeat the story? The frog story? No?
Hello?
Yes? Who's this? Hello?
Jaspal Singh, sir.
Yes, please, Jaspal Singh ji. Please carry on. Do you remember the story?
Yes, sir. It was the analysis done by a student
Hmm.
who did it like, he first cut the one leg of the frog and asked it to jump. And the frog was able to jump a little bit. Then again, he cut the second leg, third, fourth. Finally, the frog was not able to move. And it was a wrong way of doing study research.
So, what have you found in that story? What is the moral of that story?
You have to use right research patterns and not go like, doesn't make any sense.
Don't be dumb, be creative. Right?
Right.
Exactly.
Use analytical brain.
Yes. Yes. Some of you are responding on the chat. Thank you so much. Now, my point is creative and innovative ideas. Yes. Yeah. Thank you so much, Soumya Deep, and all the others who have responded in the chat. So why have you asked? Why have I asked this to you? Means I just want to show the effect of that story on you, and I have presented it in a normal manner, but I made you to think about it. I made you to think about the story. I added some humor into it. That's not a real story, but I added some humor into it. And I presented it with subtle voice and body language. I have not laughed or smiled. Okay. That was my presentation. I narrated it normally. Now let's see what happened. It reached you and it got registered in your mind. And now I asked a question and you retrieved it from your brain and told the same story to me with the moral also. That's called RRR. Your script also, or your story also, should be like that frog story. Not exactly. I mean, I don't want you to, point out the negatives of someone or make humor of somebody's gestures or something. I'm not concentrating on that. I'm just telling you how I presented it, how I narrated it, how I started it, and how I ended it. And you people remembered it. It reached you. It registered in your mind, and it is retrievable it's now it's proved, right? You retrieved it from your mind and you answered my question. So your script should follow this formula, RRR. It should reach the target audience and it should register in their mind and it should be retrievable whenever see, if they want to, if you want to share a formula with farmers, then while farming or doing something, they should retrieve it immediately by correlating the things which they encountered, like they have seen the land or something with some soil or some with germs or something, and their mind should go there to your idea and it should be retrieved. It must be retrievable, like, so you have to present it in that manner, which should be easily understandable, which should reach them and register in their mind, and they could easily retrieve it while, if they want to use it in their day-to-day work or in farming or something. So please keep this formula in your mind and don't forget to localize. What is this localizing thing? Language. First is language. Use the language of the target audience. See, you're targeting some people in Bihar and they're all Hindi speaking people and you're writing the script in English. Will it reach them? Definitely no. Some people may understand because they are literates and many of them may not understand because they are illiterates. So language is very important. And next is dialect. Dialect is the slang, which we normally call it as slang. Every area, like see in Andhra Pradesh, in Telangana, we have many subsectors and we speak differently from each other. A person in Andhra Pradesh, from Srikakulam will speak differently while comparing the dialect of the Amaravati, the capital of Andhra Pradesh. So both are different. If when it comes to Telangana, in Hyderabad, the people speak differently, and in Karimnagar, the people speak differently. That is called dialect. The language is same, but they speak differently. They use the words differently. That's called dialect. So if you are specifically targeting some people, I mean some people which belongs to a specific area, then pick the dialect, use it in your script. Just see. I'll tell you an example. Our Prime Minister Modi ji goes to Karnataka, then he starts his speech in Kannada first. If he comes to Telangana, he says Namaskaram Telugu Prajalu. If he goes to some other place in Malayalam, in Kerala, he'll start his speech in Malayalam, right? Why? Connection. It gives a connection between that person and the specific language speaking people. They'll feel happy. Oh my God, he is addressing us in our language. That's great. He's trying to be part of us, right? Rapport. He wants to build some rapport with us, right? So dialect and language plays a major role while connecting with our target audience. So these are the crucial, points which you have to remember to make RRR possible. Reach. So RRR possible. Okay. So it to make it possible, you must use language and dialect. And next is customs. Follow the customs of that specific area and use those customs. Like if they have some songs in that area, particular area or something, if they have some, different customs from other sects of the area, state or something, put those things, take those things into your script and try to show that to them so that it will reach easily to the specific people or the target audience. Traditions, same. Case studies, from that area. If some farmer used something, failed or passed, we don't know, right? I mean, failed stories also can come as case studies. We can quote them as case studies. They did like this and they failed. So don't follow this. Follow this thing, which may take you to the path of success. So you can take this case studies from that area or from their state at least. so that they can correlate easily. Or else, if you tell a story of Jammu Kashmir in Kerala, you're coming to Kerala and your target audience are Keralites, and you are telling a story of Jammu Kashmir farmer, they won't correlate, that story with their local story, because the terrain in Jammu Kashmir is different from Kerala, right? The water sources in Jammu Kashmir are different from Kerala, so they can't correlate. So take the case studies from that particular state or that particular area. At the same time, success stories also. Don't always, you should not tell failure stories. You should tell success stories also. They gives a motivation to them. And some tips while writing any script. Try to avoid repeating the same words again and again. Don't repeat the words. Use new words. Try to give new words and use synonyms. Okay, and use simple words. At the same time, avoid jargon. Don't show your language skills in your script, because if a voice goes, it will go. That's it. It won't come back. If you are telecasting a video on television, let's say, the listener or the audience will not have a chance to go back and listen again, right? If it is a social media video, yes, they can come back and watch it. But if it is for TV, then they can't make, reverse it, rewind it, and they can't watch it. So in the first time watch only, they have to get our gist of our story, get the gist of our story. For that, avoid jargon and use simple words. Frame simple sentences, not complex sentences, because we are making a video, not a article which is going to print in any journal or something. In an article, a person can come back and read it again to understand it, but in video they can't come back, as we discussed earlier. So simple sentences like what is a complex sentence and what is a simple sentence. I'm JV Sriram. I work for EMMRCFL University. I reside in Hyderabad. These three are simple sentences. If I join all these three, it will become a complex sentence. I'm JV Sriram, working from EMMRCFL University, and I reside in Hyderabad. This is a complex sentence. So I have not stopped anywhere. So some people may get, and some may not get the total information in that complex sentence. Write less, convey more. So use pictures and videos to convey your concept and write less for that. Just, don't try to explain everything which is in your video. Video itself tells the story, right? Then why should we write all the things which are visible in that video or in the photo? We need not to explain everything. If we show a photo, immediately that photo tells a story. So try to write less, just below the photo. The story, the photo itself tells the story, and the video itself tells the story to us. So write less and convey more with your video and photographs. And always try to use quotes of that region, songs of that particular region, idioms and phrases from that particular language, and any folklore related things in your script, so that it will easily attract the target audience and RRR will be fulfilled. This is all about content writing. Now let's, before going into the next thing, just try to remember this TTT also. What we spoke in the PPT, content PPT, comes into this TTT formula. Simple thing. First is terminology. Take care of your terminology. We have seen the film in the beginning about the UPI payment successful. I tried to use all the simple words, simple terminology in my documentary. I haven't used any jargon or technical terminology, too much of technical terminology in my documentary. Any person who understands English can understand my documentary, can understand my script, can understand the voiceover. So careful with your terminology. And second one is touch. Now my question is, how many of you remember the story of that particular documentary which you have seen in the beginning. So can anyone tell the story from where it started? Can anyone tell the story of the documentary? I'm waiting. Can anyone please volunteer? Can anyone? Do anyone remember the story? Can anyone tell the story of the documentary, Payment Successful? Come on, please come forward. If you don't remember it, just tell me, sorry, sir, we don't remember it. Not a problem. Jaspal, sir, are you there? Do you remember the story?
Sir, I was just waiting if someone is speaking. Yes, sir.
So
I
you're
was waiting if anyone else can volunteer. Otherwise, I will go ahead.
no, nobody is responding, right? So you just tell me the story. Can you please? Yeah.
Yes, so it was a beautiful documentary that was focused on the online payment modes that was being utilized by like UPI patterns, which has
Right.
helped the hawkers to
Mm.
ensure that they are having a safe mode of transactions, and also they have got free from the burdens of exchange, small amounts of payment that there's always been left over due to non-availability of change,
Right.
and it has made them successful because it has been given them more opportunity to have less say
Right.
debt and more
Right.
income.
So
Thank you, sir.
the story started with which character? Do you remember that? Can you remember the
I
character?
remember the name Lakshmi, I believe.
Yes,
Lakshmi, if I'm not
correct.
wrong.
It started with Lakshmi and it ended with Lakshmi. So I can even start, the story of the documentary by just quoting the numbers or the statistics of UPI payments and everything. Like, the UPI payment system is most successful one in India. India is a country with 140 crores population, and no other country, no other, developed countries have succeeded in this UPI. But with this population, India has succeeded. Like that, also I can start the story, right? With the numbers, with the statistics. But I have started the story with a human being, with a story of a lady, with a story of a lady who is an illiterate, who works as a maid, who hails from a far-flung and backward area. That is called touch. Whenever you start a story, you're telling this story to a human, right? They always require lively things. Numbers are not lively things, right? Numbers doesn't have any life. If you talk about a person, or if you talk about the life of a person, that human connection establishes. So that human touch is very important. So always try to maintain that human touch in your documentaries or in your videos, in your farm videos even. Start with some story of a farmer, or even a story of a tractor, or even a story of a bull. This bull plows the land for half an hour every day. From there you can start it. Okay, try to establish some human touch in your story so that it will reach the target audience easily, because our audience are humans. And last one is treatment. How you treated your story. Look, what have you, captured and arranged in a decent manner so that it won't look odd. So the treatment of your story is also very important. So whatever we discussed in that content PPT comes into these three things, simple three things. What are they? Terminology means language, in which we spoke about mother tongue, dialect, use simple sentences, not jargon. This all comes under terminology. And next comes is touch. To achieve that RRR, you should use this human touch. And third one is treatment, how you treated it. No negative things, all positive things. Yes, if you're telling a negative story also, you can tell it in a positive manner. That's called treatment. So please keep this TTT in your mind while preparing any script for your agricultural videos. And next comes is storyboarding. So nowadays people are not using this storyboarding very much, because I have to tell you one thing. I have produced the documentary with my iPhone. I have not used any camera. I have not used any mic, or I haven't made any storyboard for that film. I just made the script. The total script is in my mind, and the total shots are in my mind. Because you are going to shoot it, because you are going to be the director of that your documentary or video, you don't require any storyboard. If you are just a story writer and some other person is going to make it, and some other person is going to direct or produce your video, then this storyboard is becomes very important, because he can't see your imagination. He can't see your creativity. He can listen to your creativity, but we don't know what's happening in his mind. If you say a beautiful girl in your script, you may imagine an Indian girl. That guy may imagine an American girl. If you talk about some a boy or a gent, you may imagine Salman Khan or Shah Rukh Khan in for your film. That guy may imagine, that girl may imagine, Brad Pitt with the same characteristics. So a storyboard is required for this purpose. If you are not making, someone is making, you are just providing the script and other support, then this storyboard comes into place. And most probably, most of the times, feature films requires this storyboard, because many of the technicians work on that film, right? They all should know the gist or the concept, or what is the main imagination of that creator. So they all should know that. For that purpose, we create this storyboard. Okay, let's see how these storyboards are and what are the types. Storyboard is a format. Normally, we write the shot number or the scene number, and we'll draw a picture of that particular scene or the shot, and we'll write the description, what's happening in that frame. We'll write the description just under the painting or the sketch or something. So that's how we prepare the storyboard. This is an empty storyboard format. Okay, let's go forward. If it is not a shot, then we normally write a scene 1, 2, or we have a title. We may have a title for that scene also. We can write the title, and we have to draw what happens there. Like Sriram talks to Jasbal Singh about some tractor. Okay, so I'll put a picture. I'll draw a picture of Sriram, and I'll draw a picture of Jaspal, and put a tractor just behind them, and they're looking at the tractor. And we'll write the description under the sketch, like these both are discussing about the tractor. So this is how we plan the storyboard. So for what? To make the people who are connected with this film to understand the gist and the concept of the story, so that they could come into our frame, like they could put their legs in our shoes and can imagine in our way. Okay, that's why we use this storyboard. So see this storyboard. In the first slide, they have this week's storyboard and establishing the shot of classroom, one student snoring, one sits up in alarm over, assignment. This is the scene. Okay, and we have given the pictures of these 3 students and the tutor and the board, everything. And next comes next shot. Student feels this is the storyboard of whole scene. Okay, we are talking about the shots. First one is first shot, and second one is second shot. In the second shot, we are showing student feels overwhelmed. Voiceover says, I have never done this. Camera pans slowly to make space. Okay, this is the second shot. Pan means moving the camera like this from right to left, left to right. This is called panning. Okay, so this is how we prepare storyboards. So this storyboard contains 9 shots of one scene. Okay, and let's see another one. This is another one. Now, this storyboard is made for scenes directly. So this is first scene, scene one, not shots. Normally, scenes consist shots. Okay, shot is the micro one. And next comes the scene. And next comes the total film. So in the first, in the earlier slide, we have seen the storyboarding for shots. Now this is for scenes. See, scene one, day, interior of kitchen, Aisha's home, wide shot, Aisha and Kamal in the kitchen. Aisha, age 32, gets up from the kitchen table and turns toward the refrigerator. So this is all the description of that, a scene or a shot. So now, after reading this and looking at the sketch, the persons who are working for that film will understand, okay, this is how it should be. This is how the creator imagined it. So let's work accordingly. They'll understand how we imagined it. So next is the mid shot. Next is a close shot. Next again a mid shot. Next again a mid shot. Next again a close shot. Like that, we have distributed the shots and we have captured the emotions and the expressions of the characters, and we have made the sketches. So the guys who are involved in this film will understand and work accordingly so that the film comes good as we imagine, right? So next comes three types of storyboarding. First one is traditional, second one is thumbnail, third one is digital. So what is this traditional one? This is the traditional one. Okay, writing everything, putting on paper, everything by sketches and by handwriting. This is the traditional one, age-old, format of writing or preparing the storyboard. And next comes is thumbnail. Thumbnail means there will be no write-ups, only sketches. What happens first? What happens next? What happens next? Water, breeze, and again raining, lot of wind. See, every thumbnail tells a small story to us. What's happening there? So like that, this is called thumbnail storyboarding. Okay, like that, you have to prepare every emotion or every shot and scene into a thumbnail, and that thumbnail should tell the story of that particular scene or the shot. So no descriptions are required. And third is digital. Now we are creating characters, animated characters digitally, and we are putting all the objects there like PPT. We all put objects in PPT, right? PPT is also like a storyboard. So in digital thing, we put all the characters and everything in one slide or one frame, and we'll write everything in the description part. This looks like the traditional format, but we prepare it digitally. Normally, see, if you could, everyone has switched on their audio, please.
Yes, sir. I have muted.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So this looks, just like the traditional storyboarding. This looks like this traditional, storyboarding, but it is prepared digitally. The traditional storyboarding is the most popular storyboarding because anyone can understand. If thumbnails, all cannot, imagine the same line of thought while seeing the thumbnail. Some may get another idea. The traditional one is very strong, and it gives good impression in the minds of the people who are going to work for the film in the coming days. So the digital one, because this is easy, right? You can't always see. I'm weak at sketching. Someone is good at sketching. He can create a good storyboard, and I can't. So digital storyboarding, helps people like me, so that I need not to sketch anything. I'll collect all the objects and I'll put there, and I'll make it as a picture, and I'll write this, description under the slide. Like some character comes and goes and asks something like that. So this is the easiest format nowadays because we can create this digital storyboard with the help of the computer and the available apps easily. So this is the third one. These are the three types of storyboarding. And my session and the topic is over. If you have any questions, let's discuss, or we'll leave. We'll take a break. Any questions from your side?
So participants, if you have any questions, you can ask it. You can unmute yourself and ask, or you can post in the chat box.
Yeah.
Whatever is-
So if it's possible, can
निकला
you just
पेज
again?
वो
Hello.
Amarjeet Kumar, yeah, please continue. Hello, Amarjeet Kumar, we can hear you. You can continue asking.
Sorry, I have taken, much time. I think 9 minutes more than the given time.
No problem. So, Jaspal Singh, do you have any question? Yeah, please.
Yeah, I just want to, sir, one thing from your end, sir. Can you again explain the W's and H, because sir, that is the main concern of everything. If you don't
Five
understand,
W's, 5 W's and 1 H, right? Jaspal Singh?
yes, sir. Can you just explain it once again, sir? Because that is the gist of the everything, sir.
Yeah, do you
This is not
remember?
understood, nothing can be understood.
Right. So, do you remember what are the 5 W's and 1 H?
It's why, what,
Yes.
why, what, who, when, and
Where?
how,
Where
where,
and
and
how?
how.
So, answer these 3 questions. Like if you have taken one concept, like take my documentary as an example. Payment successful is an example for our 5 W's and 1 H. I have, answered all these questions to myself before writing the script. I have collected the information about this payment successful, like the UPI payments, like what is UPI payment? When was it started? Where, where is it successful, so successful? And why is it successful? Who are the reason for this success? Who are, getting benefited from it? What are the, limitations? See what, when, why. Ask all these questions while writing any script on any concept. And finally, how? How was it possible, or how is it possible? How people made it possible? And how can, if you are talking about a problem, then you ask this question, how we could overcome this problem, and how we can find out the solutions. So these are the 6 questions which you have to post to yourself before writing any concept or any story or any script. Answer all these questions first to yourself and start writing. That means get all the information on the topic, and that information should answer all these 5 W's and 1 H. Then your story is completely, packed without any flaw. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Any questions on that? No, right?
practical research work is this, no?
Practical? I'm sorry, pardon.
Please,
Come
practical research work.
Yes, practical research work. It's like research only. Yes, you have to research it. What is research means? 5 W's and 1 H. Get all the information by doing some basic research and get all the answers for these 5 W's and 1 H and start writing the script. Means you are equipped with information and you can give the good and best in your film. Chakraborty sir, is this clear?
Absolutely, absolutely, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Anyone else? Any questions?
Mesmerizing session, sir. Mesmerizing.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
सर हम लोग एक किसान हैं, हम लोग वेस्ट बंगाल से आते हैं और हम लोग काम करते हैं सुंदरबन से दार्जिलिंग और सिक्किम तक।
Great.
तो हम लोग ने एक ये प्रॉब्लम फार्मर्स को लेके देखते देखते हम लोग एक छोटा सा चैनल लॉन्च किए हैं इन द नेम ऑफ एग्रीकल्चर डायरी।
ओके।
तो ये एग्रीकल्चर डायरी में हम लोग अभी 450 एपिसोड कंप्लीट किए हैं। We are heading towards, और हमारे दर्शकों हैं 12 लाख।
वाह, एक्सीलेंट एक्सीलेंट।
और सभी फार्मर्स हैं। हम लोग फार्मर्स का जो स्टोरीज हैं, सक्सेसफुल स्टोरीज एंड फेल्योर स्टोरीज, ये सब हम लोग बनाते हैं। और हमारे इसी में से 15,000 से ऊपर एग्री एंटरप्रेन्योर्स स्टार्टअप्स बना है नया। और 100 से ऊपर फार्मर प्रोड्यूसर कंपनीज, फार्मर प्रोड्यूसर क्लब्स, वुमेन सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप्स इसके साथ जुड़ गए हैं. बट
That's
सर वी लैक दिस टेक्निकल थिंग्स, टेक्निकल ट्रेनिंग्स जो आप दे रहे हैं.
हाँ.
तो आपका नंबर और आपकी व्हाट्सएप नंबर और आपकी ईमेल अगर आप डाल देते तो क्या होता ना, ये प्लेटफॉर्म तो थोड़ी देर के लिए, तो हम लोग आपसे जोड़ के सजेशन भी लेते और
जरूर.
हम लोग 4,000 से ऊपर होम स्टे टूरिज्म डेवलप किए हैं इन द ईस्टर्न हिमालयन रीजन्स, स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम दार्जिलिंग टू सिक्किम. तो आप लोगों को टीम लेके हम लोग कभी लेके आएंगे, यहाँ भी प्रैक्टिकल कुछ ट्रेनिंग आप देते हैं और हम लोग से जुड़ जाते हैं या हम लोग आपसे जुड़ जाते हैं.
जरूर जरूर. डॉक्टर एस चक्रवर्ती साहब, आपको मैं डायरेक्टली मैसेज कर रहा हूँ. माय नंबर एंड चैट में है. यू कैन कनेक्ट मी थ्रू व्हाट्सएप. एंड
थैंक
आपके
यू.
नंबर्स जो बताया गया है दैट वर ओवरवेलमिंग. वेरी नाइस, एक्सीलेंट. आप एक, आई मीन, आई डोंट हैव वर्ड्स बिकॉज एज ए फार्मर यू पीपल आर डूइंग अ ग्रेट जॉब. थैंक्स सो मच.
थैंक यू सो मच. थैंक
Yes, any questions?
Any more questions? Or we can end this session. Sir, it seems that there are no more questions. So thank you so much, sir, for devoting your time.
Thank you.
It was really a pleasure to listen from to you. And we look forward to seeing you again sometime soon. So
Thank you.
on behalf of my university and on behalf of Manage Hyderabad, thanks so much.
Thank you so much and have a good day and all the best to you all. And my number is with Manage and I hope it is with Bihar University people also. You can take my number and please WhatsApp me anytime, no problem. Thank you so much and good day.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
So we will break for 5 minutes. Exactly at 11:51, we will again assemble. So please don't leave this session. This is just a break of 5 minutes. After that, we will continue with the next session.